Okay, maybe soon. Give it a bit. Maybe? What about now? Okay, looks like we're good. Okay, hi guys. Let's see, I need to do regular clicks over here, over there, over here, click over there, click this button over here. Okay, guys, good at it. I can speedrun it now. As I start clicking under things. Welcome. How we doing? It should be fun. This little continuation from last time. Last week. Should be pretty good. Alright. Welcome guys. It should be fun. Alright. Great. How we doing? Hi guys. I didn't have an intro. So how you guys doing? Oh boy. I'm doing good. I'm actually a little bit tired from working on Midnight Mares pretty much the whole week instead of working on my movie, but yeah, that comes first. But yeah, I got not much to say, so we can probably just get into this pretty early then if you want. Otherwise, yeah, I can try to figure out something for you guys, but I don't have anything. Let's push that chat thing up. How you doing? Alright. How you guys doing? Oh yeah, the video. Duh. The YouTube Shorts, Yoshi Greenwater YouTube Shorts Volume 6, mouthful, came out on Sunday. I know that was quite a quick turnaround for me, so I'm not, didn't think about it as a this big project. It was just like, just gotta compile a bunch of things and add some music onto it and edit it together. And it was like, yeah, that's about it. So, what's that? Oh, profile picture. There you go. I was like, I don't know what that is. But yeah. Thanks for watching the YouTube Shorts, because that's fun. It helps with you guys too. Like most of the regulars who are here might have actually helped with it. So thank you for that. All right. Oh, PowerPoint. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's been a bit. It's been a hot couple, 4 or 5 days, I guess. Yeah, maybe like 4 or 5. I can't count. Probably 5, because that would be 2 days less. It's probably 5, 4.5. But yeah. All right, we should probably get going on this. But yeah. But yeah, that YouTube Shorts thing was really fun, because I just had to like pick out a different whole selection of different music. where I guess I took some Nintendo music, especially the Animal Crossing at the end. Spoilers, I guess, where I used basically the New Horizons theme, but then I like took like a MIDI version, an MIDI file, which had the audio, and then put that into MuseScore 3, and then pretty much re-instrumentized it, changed the instruments around. But basically it was very easy that there was only one instrument with that one. With the Animal Crossing, it was just one instrument, so I could just change it into whatever I wanted. The entire song is completely changed. So I changed it to a steel drum. It made it all nice and tropical. It's good to see him again, because it's been quite a while, especially since I was focused on the movie for the channel. That there's been times when during a month, on a month-to-month basis, I wouldn't have anything, or I'd be working on the movie for so long that it just takes forever to get the next part out, and it's just like I don't know what to do. So yeah, it's regrettably didn't do shorts for basically just filler in between. That I could have made a shorts probably around I think March or something, where I didn't actually have a video for that whole month. So I probably could have done that, and then I probably would have been caught up by now. But yeah, those shorts were around November to January. So if I do it again, it'll be a little bit closer. But then some of these projects are getting longer and longer, so they'll be take a little bit longer. It'll be 5 minutes to 2029. Awesome. Yeah, I've heard that the 2021 movie of LMP is coming. I don't know what they're going to do for that. It seems to be like a... okay, Toon Boom broke. Yep. Can I touch it? Okay. That the 2017 movie was animated in Toon Boom. So, it's really, really interesting experience that now I'm like, oh, I can work with the same tools that they used. And it's like, I don't really understand it. So that's going to be the big disclaimer. Is that I don't know. I've only really worked with Toon Boom only like a couple months or so. So I'm just trying to learn it as I go. So, not that last time I tried to figure out how to use a brush and it took me like 10 minutes to like figure out how to get the pressure sensitivity for the brushes working. So alright. For context of this, we're gonna remake or rebuild or make a new Pony Life puppet. So this is my little sketch and a bunch of different drawing layers there. Get that all set up. So I'm probably just gonna be going through each of these or trying to restructure, redraw some of these parts to be a little bit more as accurate as I can now. So bring up my reference down there. Okay, so that'll be good. So I'll be looking over there on my action monitor, so I don't have that visual copyrighted material. But yeah, so probably just go through each of these and then see which of these can be. Probably just go through all of them, probably as much, and then start building it into a puppet, and then organizing it, and then adding extra filters like masks and stuff, and other drawing things like mouths and blinks and stuff. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna start out with a little sneeze, and then we'll get started. Ah, great, it left. Okay. My nose has been tickling all day. Okay. So I probably want to just deal with this right now with the node view just to get this looking a little bit nicer. So I probably want to make some kind of group or like organize these in a better way. So I'm using Toon Boom, but how are we doing? So I want to make sure all these are similar things. So legs are different, but the skull's here. So I want to have the skull be a little bit closer so I can follow the pipes and go boop. Now I can put the skull over here. Put the ear. That's a little problem. I never really know where to click on it, so I always like either like click the button here or like open a little thing there. I just want to move the ear. Again, I keep clicking it. Move the pipe and follow it and go there. So now the ear can be over there. Reorganize it in a way so now I can figure things out. So the body needs to be skull. Actually, ear should be on top of skull. Bop. There you go. So what I'm doing is that I'm changing the chord order. I don't know how to explain it, but it's basically the relationship between these elements in this composite. So it goes from left to right. It's basically like the same as the timeline. So if you watch the timeline, you can actually figure things out of like how they order it. And so it should be in the same order as what they see in the composite. So I want the legs B's to be below the body. So I want to put body in the middle. And then it's so tricky to click them. Okay, so I want to put the body in the middle and to put the front ones on top. So that'll be these two. This needs to be on top of body. This needs to be on top of body. But these two needs to be below it. I'm going to put them visually over there so I know. And then move that one. I'm just going to move it below the body chord. And then this one below the body chord. Obviously there's no fill, so it's impossible to tell right now. But now they're just reordered in a way that, to me, makes more sense. As well as, yeah, I think we had something else weird going on. Follow this, get all of this. So I select everything here. Try to. Yep. I'm holding shift, but it's not letting me do all of them. Yep. Let's see. Just kind of bunch them all up. And then I can control G? Group? There we go. Is that what I want though? It has all the things out. I think there's a better way to do that. I think if I just right click and group selection with composite? No, I don't want a composite. Group selection, bop. Nope. That's just as worse. So maybe the composite will probably just work. Bop. Looks like sketches are weird. Oh, I know what happened. Okay. Let's go back out. Okay. Let's try this again with group selection. Bop. That should work. Then I can just have a new... Yeah. That creates that. It's always weird because every time you go live, it's like, I know exactly what to do. And then it's like, whoops, we're going to change it on you for no reason. And now you're like completely... and like unknown what you're doing. So if I do this, put all these into a composite, it's out of order now. Dang. Okay, so bop, bop, bop. So put it on the right. Put it on the right. It shouldn't be the right way to do this. It's so weird. I don't know. Bop. So now the group goes into a composite. And that's still weird. Where's the other eye? People. Other people. Why? I'm so sorry. I don't know. Why it's not really working. Oh no. That's a cute cat. I'll take that. Yeah. I'm just more flabbergasted of just how what I thought would work is now not working. So I'm trying to make it work, but maybe I don't know whether or not I should have it work, you know. Like I could just ungroup this and then deal with it later once I know how. So obviously this still works, so maybe I'll just go with this, but now the eyeball is gone, and I don't know where it is. It's just gone. Oh, there it is. Bop. There you go. I think we're all good now. Oh no. Hello, Hector. Bye, hi. Okay. Well, let's just leave it at this, because weird things are happening, and I wanted to like group it, but then like the group wasn't working. So we'll just have to deal with it later. I don't know. That's what I mean. Like this program is just Toon Boom is just so complicated on its own. The once things start like not really glitching out, but it's just like it's being in a weird state that I don't know or wasn't like prepared to know how it worked. That is just like what should happen is once I like get everything, I don't know what this is. Once I get all the things into and compile it into a group, then it should just have one chord and then go into the composite. So inside I like can go inside it there and then it should work. But what happened was that it was completely different, so I don't really have an explanation for why, but probably just some weird grouping thing that happened. But obviously it still kind of works, but it's just like obviously it's weirder with this. And it's just so fiddly with these nodes anyway that it's just like nothing really. I was trying to like make it easier on myself, you know, but now it's like it's nope. Okay, now I got this fanned out thing that doesn't make any sense in its own way, so I was trying to make it look a little nicer for you, but then it's not. Oh boy, I don't know. Alright. We're all going insane. I'm going insane. Oh boy. Let's do this. Okay. Now that's out of the way. I need to actually separate that, so I'll do that later. I can do that now. I don't know. Okay. Because that kind of messed me up, so I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I need like 2 other layers or 3 layers for this people. So I need to separate this into 2 things. Okay. Bop. So this will be I front iris. This pupil is the black part and the iris is the color part, I think. So I'll do that. Let's see. So now it's over here for no reason, and then it's over there. Okay, cool. Obviously there's no drawing in it. Let's add a drawing just so I can have something and exist. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna have these there. That's far. Like pupil to. How does this work? I know, like as soon as you start going into like this node view, it's like, wait a minute. Why can't I just do things in here? Just like this is actually easier for some of that. Okay. This is so hard, I know. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, I get you. I'm not trying to shame you or anything with that. Okay. I should just start with the skull. That's probably what I was thinking of doing. It's like just show you what I was trying to do and then we can work backwards and try to do the more weirder parts. So, okay. This should be easier to do than what I was trying to do with the eye. So obviously if I made it into a group then it would have been easier to do. Okay. So I'm going to do line art sketch, and then I can add a new color, and this could be red for now. And this would be line art, not sketch. Okay, let's see. I don't know. I mean, I say hi to everyone, so it's not like a big thing or not. Let's see. You've been on thin ice a little bit. Let's see. I don't know what I want. I want the... Well, I want the polyline tool. I think that works best. Tool properties. I don't know what's a pencil. Let's see. Okay. That's 132. Let's get that down a little bit. There we go. What's the thickness? And then take it. There you go. Let's try 15. Does that look pretty good? I think that'll work. Pop. Okay. So I do this. There you go. Okay. Whew. Thank you. Let's see. This animation is basically just trying to get the puppet ready right now. Is the main project that I'm working on, and then once we finish that, then we'll yeah, we'll make a puppet for a future animation. But for right now, we're just trying to. I'm just trying to get this going. But I've been using Flash for like 6-7 years. So, and I've used Toon Boom for like 2 months. So everything's very hard to just do right now. Nothing's really in a place that I'm comfortable with. So that's why a lot of this is really hard for me to just do, because it's like I'm not comfortable with this at all. So let's add a bunch of points, and then also trying to do it live also just adds lots of weird, unexpected things. So that's the fun of it, that we got to do it live. But it's like yeah. I always feel like I'm always, I'm always on. Always have to be on. That I can't just stop talking for 5 minutes. So after you guys, we get bored. Especially with no music. Not much being in this void right now. So let's just talk about something. It's the easiest thing to do. So but at that point, it's just like, I got trying to figure this out is the hardest thing. Figure out. Thankfully, the pen tool is easy to use. Quotation marks. It's easier to do than like trying to do it freehand, especially trying to draw these lines as perfect as you see here. So what I can do is that I can make this lower opacity, and you can see that it kind of disappears. So, okay, so now I can focus better on what this is. Or not. Let me go. Why is that still there? See, this is where not knowing what's going on is giving a problem. Okay. And it's just easier for me, like I've been doing vector style artwork since the beginning as well, so I just got really good, I guess, at it. So let's see. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. I'm not gonna give shoutouts to people who are like asking for it, so that's why I'm ignoring it. I'm not ignoring you, but I'm just ignoring the fact that you want a shout out, and that's why I don't want to do it. So if you're like hello, and I'm like hello, and then at the end of it, rather than yelling to like repeatedly say like I want a shout out, so that's why I'm ignoring it. And that makes sense for you. This like part here is always like I'm trying to figure out like. This is a new like aspect of like the point of life stuff, is that there's this weird dimple thing that I'm trying to get that to look close enough to it. It's CalArts in style, but it's also a little bit different. So I haven't really tried it, and I get a little perfection-y with it. Let's see. Okay. So I also want. Let's make this line art. Well, it just makes sense, yeah. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So let's be coat line, and then we need coat fill, and then let's get a new color just for whatever. Pop it in. There you go. So let's make this maybe darker, maybe. Or it could be green too. That'll be. Is that too much? Let's see. It has to be like distinct without being maybe blue. Weird blue. Weird enough colors, but it doesn't like hurt our eyes. Is gonna be important. Maybe yeah, up there. Up there is pretty good. It's gonna be rainbow dash EE in style. Okay, so I'm on the under layer, so I should be able to select it and delete it. Do I have make, let's see. Automatically create color art is turned off. So that'd be what it looks like. So I guess this is made just for whatever fun. Okay, Doom Boom. I'm just trying to really understand Doom Boom, but it's just not giving me any leads. Oh boy. Trying to show off that I know what I'm doing, but it's like, it's, you don't know. You don't know what you're doing. And it's like, okay. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Alright. Boop, boop. Uh-huh. Oh, great. Okay. Good for you guys. Okay. That's why I have moderators. So I can focus on figuring this out rather than trying to do two things at once. So thank you guys. Especially Star. I know you're busy. What do I want to do next? Probably do ear. Ear would be fun. Let's see. Let me put this down a little bit. Reorganize that. So I want to see our references in front of my stream box so I can see where everything is. Okay. This is generic Pony Life Pony. It's not right now. It's not an intentional pony of any sort, but it can be once we get everything set up. So, yeah. Let's see. So now I can do coat line. If everything's the same color, using the same color here, then once I make it, then I can change these colors or make a new palette and then be able to change it. all at the same time, basically. And if I'm, for whatever reason, need to change these colors again as well, because you can watch everything's changing color at the same time. That's the fun of palettes. That's what a palette does. You know, like when Bob Ross at the beginning says like, "Well, we're gonna paint with these specific colors, like cadmium yellow and Indian yellow or orange or whatever." So those are the palette that he chose based on the different colors or whatever colors he would need. Obviously, if Bob Ross had Toon Boom, I think he would be very impressed of how you're able to just change colors on the fly. And then globally change them as well. So I'd be really impressed with that. Let's see. Okay. So I changed the position just because I noticed that the skull should be at the same point here. I could put a auto patch, but I don't really know how auto patches really work, so I'm just gonna play safe with how this is gonna go. So probably should make this go up a little bit. There you go. Alright. Oh, paint's named at the beginning. Yeah, exactly. So that's what you use when you get the set. The Bob Ross official set, and then you can follow really along with that. I want a stroke button. There you go. Meow. So that like creates a line, but it becomes invisible on the actual export. But you're able to use it just to make these little things like that. That's really useful. So I also want a new color for ear. So this will be ear line, and then I want a ear fill. Ear fill. So this will be the pink type of color, and this will be also pink color but lighter. Okay. Let's make this, and then see that it probably wants to be thinner, so let's get a different one. That should do. Okay. And there's just so much more going on. Because now with the G4 ponies, they were just like, just put a line in the middle. And it's like, that's good, you know. Now it's like, well, let's just put this random pink area that's all the ponies have. Like, even like Pinkie Pie has a pink ear middle. Oh, that really makes sense. It's sort of pointy, but also kind of straight. So let's figure, how do we do that? We can do another stroke. Bop. Meow. It should be pretty close to the edge, but curved. Pop it in. There you go. So you can see like between these like extra lines here that don't render on. I can show them on through either side, but it doesn't actually render. So it'll look like that at the end. There we go. Probably want to just keep moving on rather than making sure that everything is pixel perfect. It'll probably never be anyway. So I'll just have to move on. Okay. Because it'll look even cooler when things are actually doing pretty good. How we doing? Alright. Oh well. Hi guys. That was a lot of work. But usually when we get the head is usually the most complex. So once we gotta finish the head, then it would just be basically just this body is one piece and then two legs. Then I can copy the other legs onto the other layer. So that's really quicker. But obviously starting with the head is gonna be the most complex just because of everything that I'm explaining. That it's just like everything on the left here is the head. So everything here is the head, and everything on the right is body. So you can see that there's a little bit of a disconnect there. But just how more complex heads are than bodies. Okay, so I want to go back to my original node view, coat. Is it? Sure. Yes. And then bop bop. Okay. A little thick. Too thick. Oh, went back to the that. So if I save it, that should be better now. There we go. Don't have to save brushes in Flash, but I do need to respect the layers here. So I'm probably going to forget every time. So that should be fun. Thankfully that's quick to draw. So there we go. Easy to clean up. Okay. Rectify there. Alright. Alright. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Okay. Let me know when you want to talk about something, what I'm doing, or you have any like artist ideas or like any questions that I would have an idea for? I don't know what any of that meant. I'm trying so hard. What do I want? I want a circle. Ellipse, circle. Okay. Good. I want to fill it with that and then remove this and then see what we got. Let me get rid of just that and then see what I like here. So then I can move, try to move this over. Let's see. Alright. What are we doing? Yes, we're doing the Pony Life puppet style character. Making a nose right now. I have these really cute like highlights. So probably want to add that on there too, which would be another color. So this will be coat highlight. Is that right? Highlight. And then we can make it not white, but it's just like a higher, brighter color than the original coat color. So we get something like this, maybe. If this picture is a little bit smaller, so I can make it just a little bigger, so you can see it. There we go. Okay. I want to see what angle it is. It's more faced that way. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we do. Hello. I'm trying so hard. Okay. I don't know whether to like make the art good or trying to make you guys happy, because obviously none of those will both happen for everyone. Let's see. So I just gotta pick one, and I'm choosing the artwork. So sorry about that. That's gonna be what my usual focus is gonna be. Maybe this could be a little bit smaller. Get these weird nostrils. I don't know how I feel about them. They're weird. I watched the third episode or fourth episode of Pony Life. I think they're getting better, at least with the story department, is that they're getting more relaxed. I don't know if you could really tell from the first episode, but it definitely got more. First episode was very like too crazy or too spontaneous that it's like it was hard to like even follow. So definitely with like starting with like episode 2, it's like it starts like exponentially like or linearly gets simpler. So I would suggest start, you know, it's kind of if you want to get into it, to kind of skip episode 1 just because it's so different from the what I've seen with the other episodes that it's like it seems better to just start later. So that's how like even my dad got into it, is that he went on like a business trip and he met with his family as well because they were next to them, and they were like they were doing my cousins were showing my dad trying to show him Gen 4, and they were like, hey, want to watch the show, you know, this is pretty cool. And so he said, that's it, sure. And then, and so they showed my dad the Cutie Mark Chronicles first. Just because like it showed the characters, you know, and what they're like their backstories basically. It showed them better than obviously the first episode. So that's pretty interesting that they chose that one. But it makes sense, you know. And then, of course, when I told you many times of like my first episode was the second episode, that I was like, hey, look, this is weird. Episode 2, I don't know what that means, or didn't even like notice or like look at it. And it's just like, I'll watch it. But then it's like, oh, look, I don't know what anything's going on. So I was more just intrigued by not knowing what was going on than the actual real show, I guess. Could have a nice half smile there. And then we'll make more mouth shapes after this. Once everything's kind of good. That'll be like a later thing, I think. Rather than trying to do now. Let's see. Alright. Try not to ignore you, but it's just like I'm trying to get this done as well. Also, when the conversation isn't very close to what I'm doing, it's like I can't really think of something completely different, you know? Where am I watching them? I've watched the first 2 episodes, which I'm going to call them episodes because the first and second part are basically one story. So, I would say I watched the first 2 because someone uploaded them to like Mega Upload or one of those Drive things. Mega Uploader things. So, I would say from that. And then for episode 3 and 4, I watched them on Daily Motion. They're on there because Daily Motion has a different, obviously different type of copyright structure, I suppose, than YouTube. So that's the way I watched it. I also downloaded the first 2 episodes, but I haven't downloaded the 3rd episode or 4th episode for that matter. So. Not that I really plan to, but it's just like be easier to get references. Obviously, the one picture that I got on my thing is pretty good, but it's not quite as neutral as I suppose it could be. So I'm trying. All right. Lucky you got 777. So let's see. I need to convert this into the underline layer or under layered thing, and then see through, and then pencil coat line. No, look at what I'm doing. Okay, and then go. Okay, so notice that this is more outward. So I figured that out. That's more straight to here, and then lump that. Both characters I see. I got Twilight and Rainbow, so they both have tails, so I can't exactly see what their like back of their right here, what that looks like. That's unfortunate. Okay, probably want to change some of the proportions around here. Let's see, trying to match it more with the reference that I see on the other screen than what's actually on my screen that you can see. Make this flatter would be what I'm looking for here. Bring it in maybe. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm overshooting the lines obviously, so I can, if the head moves, then it can rotate around easier. Won't have a gap. Because I make it like, if I make the neck like right there, then as soon as the head rotates, then there'll be no neck. So I'm capping it off so I can have something there as it rotates. So that's what I'm doing there. It's just like a simple thing that's like one of the first things that I've learned, you know, with puppets. That's like, oh, you don't want to, you know, have like 2 pieces that are like supposed to be connected you know, next to each other. Maybe like more elongated things, like a hand to like an arm. You don't just build an arm like as a rectangle and then say like good. You want to make it so like it goes all the way around and like caps off, and then you overlap it with that. So as soon as the hand can rotate, you'll always have something underneath it to like back it up. So then it doesn't have a gap. So that's what I'm looking for there. Get this to be more angled, I think. I don't know. It seems like a shorter, smaller version of the usual G4 style. Code fill. Okay. See how simple that is to just make a thing there? I'm going to add a new layer. And this will be body, neck, shadow. Okay. Now where did it go? There it is. Unchain that. Put it over there. We're going to put it over the body. Let me see. That's just easier to do. Okay, so I need... Where's the body? So the body's there. This needs to be over the body. So I follow the cord and go boop. So there we go. And so we also need a cutter. This gets more into the puppet building more than anything else. Just gotta put it in there. But yes, it does need to render, but I don't want it to be the rendering of the mask, I don't think. But I will need that, but yeah. Let's see. So the body's there. And the next shadow, it goes into there. This body goes into here. And then that outputs on top of there. And then that goes on top. And then once I actually draw it, then it'll make a little bit more sense. I'm going to draw a circle. Big circle. And then this will be similar to what I made before with the highlight there. But I'm going to need a neck shadow. Okay. So now I have this. So it's going to be basically this color of the coat fill, but then a little bit darker. So I probably could add like a half multiplier, some brightness or something, or I could do that. Yeah. Why did I have that on top? Let's add a bright. Nope. And there, brightness, color correction. Put that in between there, just have it there. Where did my circle go, actually? Thought I had it. It's gone. Add my circle. Here we go. And then fill it. And then with this brightness color, I can make it negative 50, and then it changes. There we go. Negative 20. Negative 30. It's pretty good. It's not this. So I was going to need to move this a little bit. Get rid of this. Okay. Let's see. So it's going to be this in-between shadow thing. Gets to be right there. Okay. Obviously the cutter's not working. There we go. So I have to flip it. Now the cutter works. So what I want to be cut is this, and then the other thing that's being shape of it will be that. Okay. So that obviously does that though, so I'll need to add a whatever I want. So after that, it needs to go into there. Let's see. What I need is a auto patch. And then this goes here. And then does that do what I want? I don't know. Because it needs the auto patch on the... That's right, it needs this to be on the color line. Does that work? Sorta. Auto patch on. This is what I mean, I don't know how to do auto patches. But basically, that should be good enough for now that it simulates the shadows that I saw into a way that then is also being masked inside of it. So if I need to move it, then it can be easily moved around like that. Okay. While also being pretty big. Okay. A lot more to do, but obviously that's just the... already starts the craziness. Alright. Any questions, or what do you think would be best to figure that out? So what the problem is that the outline is not being on top. What I could do is separate the line art. Let's see. Bop, bop. I need to get rid of that. So what the body needs is a separation of the lines, but that means I need to put the body. So let's see. I need to separate color line into the color fill, and then separate this into a line art isolate block. I'm sorry, it's small. I'm used to being really small. So I need an output of the body. This is where it gets tricky. It's just like move. I need an output to go into the line art, and then put it on top of the cutter one, which is that one. So just put it there, and there we go. So that's not quite as simple as an auto patch, but now it just like has its separation, which I understand that obviously what's going on is obviously that we have the shadow, which is the line color bit here, that then is being negative 30% of the original body color, that then goes into a mask from the body line that's also there, and then because that didn't work with the thing there, so I had to separate the line art of the body bits and then put that on top of everything else, and then it renders just like that. So there you go. And the point of that is just so I can move the little thing around like that, and it'll be inside of there. There you go. Yay! Alright. How we doing? Because that was, yeah, that's a lot to take in, but it makes sense, you know, once you kind of like follow the pipes and weirdness of everything. It's like, yeah, sure. It's like, it's not really mind-boggling stuff going on, it's just like a bunch of different things being put together that then makes it seem like, what? Let's see. Puppy videos 4.7, exactly. Obviously, they didn't intend it to be that big. But here we are. Okay. So I think would just be the eyes, and then making the legs, and that'd be pretty much it, really, for all this. So what should I do? I try and make it like one eye, but then it seems weird. I can try and do two legs real quick. Maybe that'd be easier. Okay. So let's do legs right now. Oh, was there a question though? And this is Toon Boom. I'm actually using Toon Boom Harmony Premium 20. So it's the newest one that came out like a couple weeks ago. Maybe like a week ago. Let's see. Now I just need to draw this, but like a little better. Okay. With the pen, no, click, line, thing, go. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, let's see. In Toon Boom, it's mostly just because with the Midnight Mirrors project, that's really the only reason really that I'm using it. Other than that, it's just been... Other reason why I'm sort of using this is because, it's like both. Is because the, I don't know whether or not officially we know the Pony Life is made with Toon Boom, but if the newer stuff, that Pony stuff is, like the movie and as well as that little road trip special with the colors, I forgot what it's called, but that one was definitely using the movie style assets. So I wouldn't wager, you know, too hard of a I guess that wasn't made, at least using referencing the movie style puppets or characters. Let's see. So it goes up. Actually, it's a little bit thinner. Let's try that. So that's like a temporary change that I'm noticing. So let's change it back. Let's cut it. Okay. And I can modify it. But also just getting used to, obviously, that I'm not quite experienced with Toon Boom in the slightest. So that's what I'm trying to do it live with you guys. Womp. And then fill it in. There you go. That's leg. That's leg for you. Alright. I'm sure we'll make more leg styles, like different leg positions will be useful. Like a bent leg or an elongated arm. We'll figure that out. Let's see if I can quickly do the back leg. Okay. Actually, I should put this quickly also on the underline layer and then put this on the line art. Just keep it consistent. There we go. Okay. Paper Derby Part 3 it's not smoothly going, but it's definitely going, if that makes sense. It's just a little bit of hiccups, not really major, but it's just been just trying to get to scheduling is most of the issues. Where I'm trying to obviously work on Midnight Mares as well. So that's been mainly been a priority. But otherwise, I've been doing really good with that. The project itself is going really good from what I've been working on. So, I wouldn't wager anything for when it would actually release, but my hope is to obviously try to get it as soon as, you know, possible with the amount of quality that I also want to do as well. So, that'd be the only thing that I would like to make sure that happens, is that I'm doing it to the best of my ability, as well as, you know, doing it with the prettiness of my ability. Make it as pretty as possible. Which means that obviously with the 3D sets, that's when it gets very complicated of just what I would need. The set itself, the stage where to get a hard to talk. where the most of the action is in a very crowded area. So I'm trying to figure out how to, I shouldn't have this line. Trying to figure out how to make it so it's not, you know, take years to make, but also trying to make it still look good, if that makes sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. I'm sorry. Trying to make it still look good, but yeah, I'm not happy with any of this. Let's redo it. Okay. Bop, 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 and then bop. That's it. That's it. So the set itself is pretty big, so I'm trying to use my 3D tools with Blender to try and make it as realized as possible, I guess. I'll try and do a better toaster time so I can explain what I'm trying to say. I'm just it's taking 1000% of my concentration, so sorry, and it's just like, why is that happening? Does it render like that? Of course. Okay. Yep. It's like these lines are connected now or something. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's just like, just do what I want. And it's just like, I don't want to play with you to just make it good. It's like, oh, come on. It's doing it again. Is that a feature? I don't know. Cool. All right. Nice leg. Boy. Fine. That sort of works. It visually works, but obviously it's not technically good. Is the problem. It doesn't work. Okay. So let's do the lines. That is still exactly. I'm getting used to it, but it's still weird. With these little realistic horse style bop 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 thingies here. Okay. Did I make it thinner? Probably not. Did I actually do it? Probably not, because it's separate. Of course it was. I said it to be 10, but it's like, nah. Nah, man. That's a separate thing. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going super fast. I'm not trying to make it, you know, blindly fast. It's just like it's still weird. Try to get used to it, but it's like every turn, it's like, well, what about like we don't do that, or we'll do it in a different way than you actually expected it to. That's where it gets annoying with all this. I'm just trying to make this smooth. Boop. Okay. Trying my best, but it's just like I'm trying to do this also, you know, best as I can do. Bop. Okay. Fill, code fill. Can't because it's not. Stroke. I need. Okay. Let's see. I'll definitely do it extended best I can. Toaster time for you, because this is, yeah, this is probably, I know it's hard to watch. Okay. I think that's pretty good for what we got. I think amount of time that we got, obviously there's no time left to do anything substantial. So I'll just have to call it here, basically. And then legs are a little bit taller, but I'm not. A little bit afraid of how long I should make these legs. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shifting around that I could do. But anyway, I think that's pretty good. We could probably leave it off on that. So I can get rid of this. Boop. Obviously, there's no lines or eyes. No. So yeah, the eyes will obviously need to be like 4 or 5 different parts. So to do that right now would be a little tricky. I guess I'll also try to figure out like how to make the groups better. 'Cause the only way that I know how is group and then group. Then it makes this, which I'm not. I wanted to have like 1 chord coming out of it, but it has 2. So that's it's not what I expected. It's obviously the only other thing that I can group it with is group of a composite, which actually seems to be good enough because it only has 1 part out. So I think I'll probably do that instead. So okay. Get rid of that. And then so pop 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 all the way to here. Again, it's just like I'm still trying to figure out how to move things around without clicking on the buttons. Or I can do that. Let's click the better button is group of composite. Obviously that's all weird with the things at top, which I'm not super fond of, but it works. And then group of composite. And then there you go. Okay. So obviously makes it a little bit easier to look at. I can put these two into another thing as well. Group composite. There you go. So now I can relabel this to be Bunny Life Puppet Master. And then go inside of it. And that's all weird. Woo! Okay. So there'll be more stuff to play around with. Okay. But this should be Bunny Life Head. Let's see. Did the stream die? Let's see. I don't know. This should be the head. Oh. And this should be PL. What did I call the other one? Body all. Looks good. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what you meant. But anyway, now I can go inside of each of these with even more fun. Yeah. And now it's like, oh, it's all isolated and stuff, so now it's a little bit easier to look at. There you go. It's not like, oh, I just need the body. You go, whoop, there we go. Maybe because there's no pegs. Maybe it. And pegs would be maybe a little bit easier, because then it can just do it better. Because obviously I could just also, if I need to, ungroup it. Select it, group, ungroup, and then it explodes. And then put some pegs on it. So, right now I think having it be a group would be easier. This is not what I expected it to look like, so that's why I'm a little bit weird. So, but anyway, I hope that made you think that this is very complex. That even me, who has a decent enough, you know, knowledge about this, that I was able to figure out how to do that little thing that's gone. So. That's cool. Why would you go away? There's a shadow. Oh, is it because it's just up there? Or is it? This should be the drawing. And then... Is it just gone? I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. I'll have to make some pegs and that'd probably be easier. Right now, this is what we got. So next time we'll figure that out, as well as figure out how to make it look better, as well as make the eyes, and then maybe make some, after that, make some drawing substitutions, which also get more complicated. Like that's some envelope deformers with some curved deformers, and certain things as well. So this thing with the little like woo, that's the one of the simpler ones that is mildly advanced, but yeah, it can get a little bit more advanced. So, okay. I'll go to Toad's time and then see anything that I missed. But, yeah, okay. Thank you so much. I know this is weird, but it's mostly just on me, not knowing the tools that I needed to concentrate. But yeah, I'll go to Toad's time. Thank you. Welcome back. Let me make this look a little nicer for you. Okay. Yeah, so we'll have to change the colors, obviously. And get rid of the line art ones, but that should be it. Okay, how we doing? Yeah. What was I thinking? Thank you. Yeah, the animation, you know, as much time as we put into this, it actually does come back to making the animation easier. Because obviously, like, having to draw this horse, you know, if we want to do it frame by frame, we would have to draw the horse 1,440 times per minute. So, and that's on ones if you have every unique picture every frame on 24 frames per second, it'll be over 1,000 pictures. So obviously with this, it's like, oh, we just have to make it once, and then we can just rotate different things. Maybe like during this, I can like add some pegs to certain things. But yeah, it's been tricky to set this up, but once you set it up, then it becomes way easier to animate it. So probably should start making pegs. Just add a peg, and then have everything instead. How does this work? So I'll undo that, and then put this there. And then we'll have this peg be the head peg, or this is the body peg. Okay. So just undo all these green lines here, and then have this go into that, and then this will also move that with the transformation point, put it into the leg, and this is the other leg. Okay, yeah, I was supposed to talk to you guys better. Okay, but this just means that now this looks a little bit easier and better looking. Boop. Now I can move this as one unit. That's the point of it. It's that I can click on this peg up here, click on the green, and then it highlights everything that's corded into it. Then I can move this around as one unit. So if I need to do that, where I need to actually, let's have the thing at the bottom, because that makes it easier to skew it left and right. So obviously, if I need to, like, you know, have this leg, or, you know, if I need to select this leg and both legs at the same time, it's like a little bit tricky. But I can do this and then add different control points like that. And then go woo. It's like the at the same time. Okay. Let's see. Thank you. I inspired you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Boop boop boop. Oh yeah, she got stretched. Yeah. Yeah. Was there anything else? Because I noticed. Wow. Thank you for the chat. I'm just sorry that I'm not 100% paying attention to it. Okay. Because now, like, we got a little bit off sidetrack there, and then Star came in. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Again, once we kind of set this up, then it becomes easier to animate it. Let's see. Okay. Anything else, like a short question or something? Once I figure this out. Once I'm reading through all your past comments, making sure I'm not missing anything. But honestly, I don't think I'm really missing anything. Yeah. Let's see. I don't have a plan for what the animation in the future will be, but it'll be something that maybe we can do later. Once this is set up, then we can obviously make a cartoon out of it. But then we'll also have to make different characters as well. So, obviously this is just temp colors that then can be easily changed, but then I'll probably have to add hair, and then the tail, and then eye colors and main colors and whatever. So let's make characters out after I make this as a base. So we'll never be out of the woods. It'll just be making more and more stuff, you know. To make a cartoon, it's like where I gotta make a base pony and then add different characters and then make a script and then animate it. So it's just taking a bit longer because I don't have this base pony as a model yet. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, Dailymotion's not monitored as much as YouTube. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's got different rules, I suppose, but yeah, it's not as, seems not to be as strict, I guess. Or somehow, like with YouTube, you can upload a video and then like within 10 or 20 minutes you can say like, hey, you used that song or that video. Sounds incredible. That can figure it out, but it's pretty scary. Let's see. Yeah, the movie is, yeah, once I'm kind of clear my head, let me drink some water a little bit first, and I can hopefully explain it a little bit better than last time. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me just catch up a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, you did it again. Thank you. So, the Derpy movie part 3 is coming along very, very good. Again, it's like, it's still making assets that still takes just as long as animating. Maybe because I have the background or more experience with animating, that animating is second nature to me, rather than making assets and making backgrounds and making landscapes is harder, or at least that I just have not as much experience with it, as much as animating itself is. So I'm working on it. But yeah, again with the Midnight Mares, that is, I don't want to call it to blame that's why it is, but yeah, it just be down to my personal schedule of trying to work on multi-projects in the same day is tricky, but trying to prioritize it a little bit, if you understand that, yeah, the Midnight Mares is that again also wants things to be, like done really quick, so like a fast turnaround to get things done, just to get things moving. So it's like, it's gonna be a little tricky now to balance that. I know I worked in Folly for like 2 years, but I've figured out a science of like how much to work on it, per month. So now it's like I don't have that break, I guess, or that nice structure, I should say, that now it's kind of in the air of like how long to work on it. That then leads into, well, why don't you work longer each day? It's like, I guess, but then it's like, well, I have this other project, and it's like, I guess it is now become like a more just a personal project, but it is large scale. And to you guys, I should say that yes, I'm doing my best. Whenever I do have time, I do work on it. But it's still like, that the priorities are getting mixed up of whether or not what's more important, I guess. But yeah. So I feel like I'm at a point with the 3D set, that the best way I can describe it is that it's a city that shouldn't be much of a spoiler, because if you watch the last 2 seconds of the part 2, there's like a city skyline. So that's where we're gonna go next. So I'm trying to make a whole dang city. So. And that becomes like, well, just adding buildings is boring, or adding streets and stuff. Yeah, okay. So now it's like, well, what if there was like a bunch of trees, and, well, what if there's lights, and then what if there's, different types of buildings or different structures, and what about this cute little friendship bridge, or, as well as like the edge of the city. It's like that is like a huge area to also make. And then it's like, well, can't from that edge also see like the further beyond? And it's like, well, let me model that as well, or add some 2D sprites to like at the far reaches of that to make that. So I was like, well, what if we can see that? So having to make this like nearly 360-degree city, fully modeled and textured and everything. But now it's like it's more 270, I guess, where it's like 3/4 pretty good. There's like the fourth wall that if you look behind that, then it's like, it's not as developed, but that's intentional. So I'm at a point where I feel like that's pretty good, especially with the amount of, with part 3 that I split up 3 and 4. 3 and 4 was one part, but I split it up into 3 and 4. So with part 3, it's like there's only like half as much to deal with, and half as much as the city to deal with. So I just, I had like one shot where you can see like the edge, or like the further beyond than the fourth wall, or looking from the fourth wall into the city. There's like that's hard to explain. So, but because there's one shot where you can see from the beginning to the destination, or further at a different angle than what 1 degree or 2D. Like if you have like a pan across one street line, and then you turn a corner, and then what you see from that corner. There we go. That's better. that becomes a lot more work than just having that one flat picture, I guess. So that's what I'm doing. But I feel like I can probably start working on animating it, or at least putting the characters in and then rendering that out, and start working on that pretty soon. I hope to do that this week and start on that. Is gonna be my plan, but again, if the priorities with the other project with Midnight Mirrors, rears its head greater, then obviously I'll try and work on that. So it's like I don't know how to do this anymore. What to work on anymore. Oh boy. How we doing? Thank you. Nice. Yeah. Intro is Bar World. Yep. It is. I think it's a remix. Or I just changed the instruments around. It's nothing more than than the Mario World underwater theme, I think. And it has like 3 bars. So I think from what I could tell, I think Nintendo only, obviously you can't quote me on this, but I think Nintendo only really like started trademarking or copyrighting their music starting with the Wii U era. So it seems like classic songs, obviously if this happens then you get a strike, and I'm trying to say like it's not 100%, but it seems like if you use classic songs then it's like has less of a chance than if you did like a Splatoon or any other recent game like a Switch game. Then they started to add a movement to do that, but obviously with the Mario World it's like that became that's a song before the Wii U, so it's like it's weird gray water with that. But yeah, it also went with the Yoshi theme that Yoshi was in Super Mario World, so here you go with that, and it's a water theme, so haha. So that was the fun of that. Let's look at this massive city skylines. Yeah, okay. Turning for almost hour and a half. Oh boy. Oh good. Yeah, it's a little bit scary. But yeah, also with this, just wrap this up. Maybe we can wrap this up. Let me get some water then. Anything else for you guys? Obviously on Thursday we'll figure it out of what to go from here. Let me get some water. Yeah, so on Thursday we'll continue with this. I feel pretty confident in where I am right now. To get this pretty good. Get this done. So then we can actually start doing things with it. But yeah, for right now it seems like the next major thing will be the eyes, and then adding pegs to a lot of different things. So I'll have to do probably just add intermediate pegs for everything, like just adding this. Boop, there you go. So now the leg here, that becomes yellow. If I add the transformation point to be right there, then I can rotate it. So it's like, yeah, rotate it back. So Toon Boom doesn't like it when it's just a blue layer. And for whatever reason, it seems like they want to separate the drawing layer from a peg. So that just means that you have to like use the transformation only on this peg, and then the peg goes into separate peg, and then that goes into output, which output goes into here, and then it goes to the composite, and yeah. So let's see. But that's the point life master. That should be a peg, maybe? No, I need a peg on that, and then whoa, learning new things. Okay, well we'll say that for next time to figure that all out. Okay. Setup tour. Setup tour would be pretty boring. I don't know. It would just be my desk. right? Is that what I mean? Or do we on like software stuff, or like what I do for animation, like what softwares I use or whatever. My hardware is, I don't know. It seems good. Obviously, it's able to do streaming as well as working on a rendered this out pretty fast. So obviously, I did that Blender thing as well. So it's probably got good RAM, but I think I don't think I have like the best visual GPU. But yeah, something like that, where I just say like, hey, look, I have a computer. I think I've shown my desk on a couple of DeviantArt pictures. I could probably find it out. I mean, it's pretty old, but a couple years old. I can quickly show that. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, let me just plug my DeviantArt real quick. There's one. Let me open a new tab. That's easier. Whoop. There you go. So this is a Timmy image that I made. Papercraft. There it is. This is my desk. It's a basic wood desk. It has a slidey keyboard thing out. So desk reveal with that. None of these toys are here anymore. That's the back wall there. I still have this classic movies book. I've never really read it, but it holds my second monitor. So like, I'm looking at my primary monitor right now, which is my Cintiq, and then this is my other monitor. That's, you can't really see it, but it's just being propped up. Then I have a third monitor that's like easier to manage things, I guess. Because I can watch like YouTube as well as Discord and then draw on here. So yeah, that's pretty basic. And I think in the Yoshi Bluewater video, if I could bring that up real quick, and that'll probably be the last thing. Let's see. Whoop. Let's see. Yeah, the show is good. Boop. There you go. Video inception. Actually, it's back there. There you go. That's a better picture. I don't know why this is the best picture. This is... That's my Cintiq. This is weird to look at. Let's see if I can full screen it. Boop. This is my Cintiq. This is what I'm drawing on. I have a little microphone up here. I don't look like that. But this is my slidey out keyboard thing. And then there's a desk. I mean, this is basically the end of it, you know, and there's not much more to really talk about, I guess. This is my other monitor. This is Flash. So this is the actual cartoon that was actually in here earlier. Womp womp. Wow wow. Whoop. Some other little posters back here. Put a little mosaic so you can't really get the real image out of that. That's a Miku poster. That's a Hasune Miku. Hasune. There you go. Yeah. It's all our friends. Yay. It's pretty good. It's a pretty big basement. Pretty large room that I just basically just sit here all day. Not really moving around. Glad we broke the fourth wall again out of that. That should be it then. Alright. So I'll have to figure out like what's up with this, because it's probably just because I didn't have the pegs. That's why it's saying like, you should have pegs. That's what the greens are. Okay. So yeah. Wrap it up that, yeah, next time we'll maybe do the eyes and then add pegs to everything, and then add more crazy parts like what we did with the ashes, the body. With all this that we added, different filters. It's kind of like with Flash, where you have different, especially with the brightness contrast. It's like you can do more crazy stuff with this. Ooh, invert matte, cache it, yeah. So this becomes like more, more functions, I guess. So like over time, you can have different. I think it's more complicated. Okay, yeah, that'll be another time then to explain that. But yeah, that should be it. Alright. So yeah, next time we'll dive even more into this and see where we go. So obviously just probably drawing the basic parts should be pretty quick, and then drawing the extra mouths and then the eye blinks and whatever else we'll need. Probably like leg bits, maybe an ear flip or something. So let's see. I think that's about it. Okay. How many pets? Oh yeah, I said that I have an African dwarf frog. I don't know, because I'm allergic to fur, like animal fur. I'm not, you know, I sneeze around a cat and a dog, so I'm not able to get any of those. But lizards and other type of those, frogs and fish, I've had a lot of those. So keep them in a little jar, I guess. A good aquarium, and then keeping them good, and then feeding them. So I think my first pet when I was alive as a baby was some kind of lizard. It was nice. It would like shed, so that was pretty creepy. It was really cute. And then we got a bunch of little fish, like the little beta fish, like the blue ones, but they would obviously die relatively quickly, but not as quickly as you'd think. Like several, I don't know. Trying to think, probably less than a year, but pretty good time. The frog that I have now would probably live for probably like over 5 years, I think. Definitely probably more than that. But yeah, he's a little good little tiny frog. So he lives in water all the time. He likes to always be in the water. So when you feed him, he like kind of goes up from the like swims up and then kind of kicks his feet up. So but yeah, I think I've talked about it a little bit too earlier on another thing. Yeah. So I should probably go feed it. But yeah, probably also feed myself. So I probably should go to get dinner with everyone else. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you had fun. I know this is weird, like concentration mode with all this Toon Boom stuff, that it's not you know, more interactive with you guys. I'm trying to figure that out of how to balance that, but it is tricky to concentrate on more than one thing. So but yeah, thank you. And then on Thursday we'll continue with this, as I've said. So that's what I could probably say. So thank you, and see you next time. Bye bye.